Welcome to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. This morning, Monday, Elizabeth's Haitian community and other residents of Elizabeth were joined at City Hall at 9:30 in the morning for the raising of the Haitian flag celebrating their independence. And at 11:30, I joined members of the Elizabeth Cuban community and other residents and City Hall personnel for the raising of the Cuban flag in front of City Hall. On Tuesday, May 19th, the historic Midtown Elizabeth Special Improvement District will hold a merchant workshop. It will consist of an open forum where merchants will discuss various issues concerning the Midtown Business District. For more information, call 355-9600. And on Wednesday, May 20th, I'll host the annual Mayor's Book Club at Elizabeth City Hall in the council chambers. And all of the young people who read extra books during Library Month in the month of April will have an opportunity to win books and to receive a book courtesy of the business community in the city of Elizabeth and throughout our region. And on Thursday, May 21st at 4:30, the third annual Prom Red Carpet Showcase will be held in front of City Hall. This event will feature various students from Elizabeth High School in their prom attire. The location in front of City Hall. For more information, contact Stan Neron at 820-4032. And on Friday of this week, it will be Police Week, and we will have a Mass at St. Genevieve's Church at 10 o'clock, followed by the laying of wreaths in front of the Elizabeth Police Station at 11:30. And this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, where we celebrate those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in defending our nation. At 10 o'clock next Monday, there will be a ceremony in front of the Elizabeth Courthouse where the fireman who lost his life in January 1st of this year will be placed on the wall where it has the last alarm. 10 o'clock on Friday morning, followed by 11 o'clock in front of City Hall at the War Memorial Monument, where we'll honor the nation's dead and those in Elizabeth who paid the ultimate sacrifice in defending our nation's ideas. I'm pleased to be joined this week by the councilman from the First Ward, Councilman Manny Grova, who's also a member of the board of the Portugal Day Committee, as we will be celebrating Portugal Day and Portugal culture in our city on the first weekend in June. Councilman, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor.
And I know the Portuguese Parade Committee, you're also in charge of public relations?
Yeah, we try to get as much advertisement and a lot of events going on, leading up to the parade, which is our grand finale on June 7th. And we had a lot of our kids participate in the fishing derby, which was run by the police department. We had a great success. I think we had about 200 of the kids from our community involved in that. And we had a couple of the bikers to participate in the bike tour on Sunday. So we try to get some of our events in cooperation with the city so that we kind of make it all happen.
Well, tell us about that fishing derby first, because this year seemed to be more than ever at Waianaco Park. Did that start as an idea of the Portugal Day Committee in order to just get a few people out? Because now there had to be about 500 people there having barbecues and everything else that they.
Well, what we
you
did,
weren't. Were you
no,
there? You were not there.
You
were. Yeah, you missed it this year.
I know I did.
But it was a lot of your friends were there.
And so were my kids.
And so were your kids, right?
It's funny. It started as the police department runs a fishing derby or two every year, I guess. And so they stock the Waianaco Park pond with fish, I guess, at the beginning of the month. And then they have the little fishing rods for the kids and whatnot. And the kids really get a kick out of it. And what we've tried to do is, because, a lot of these things that we do in the Portuguese community is to continue the culture amongst the young people. And so we try to get the kids involved, and obviously with the kids come the parents. And so last year, some of the parents decided, make a day out of it, and they put some barbecue grills out, and had a little barbecue and a nice time in the afternoon in the park, and it just grew, I guess, this year.
Oh, we had wine, and we had port, and we had chorizo, and we had chicken on the grill, and
sardines.
The only thing missing sardines. The only thing missing was a large. I know one guy did have a large suckling pig there that was heated up, so it was a great. Did your kids catch anything?
My youngest son was upset that he did not catch anything.
He did not. So
But the others did.
The others did. So they were happy.
Yeah.
And they win a prize?
They won a little something, yeah.
They got something. It was a great day. The weather was really cooperative that day. It was absolutely terrific. And I know we got a lot to talk about on the Portugal Day, but you talked about the riders. Now, I'm told this is the first year you completed the race. Is there any truth to that? There are some of your friends are ribbing you a little bit
Yeah,
here.
they are.
And they said, well, Councilman Grover, I don't ride the race because I'm afraid of not finishing. You, on the other hand, have a lot more guts. So did you finish or did you not? Let's put all this to rest.
I did finish, and this is my second year. I ran the race last year also. I felt this year was a lot easier. A couple of things. First of all, I've really gotten on a sort of a strict exercising routine the last 5 or 6 months, walking and doing some cardio. So I was, I think, in better shape. But number two, the weather was much better this year. I thought, even though it had a little rain in the beginning, but it was cool, so you weren't, no heat exhaustion. Last year was pretty tough.
Yeah, we had over 300 riders this year, even
it's a
with
lot
the
of
weather. So, and you rode with some members of the Portugal Day Committee too.
I did.
Now, did you do better than your friends riding in the Portugal Day Committee? Or
we
you all stuck together?
Yeah, we kind of stuck together.
Okay.
There was no race. It was just trying to get it done.
So the goal was to finish and make sure nobody could say, nah, you didn't finish.
Exactly.
Okay. And most of the other riders, the people from out of town that I spoke with that day seemed to have a great perception in their thought process in the city of Elizabeth.
I tell you, Mary, the idea of the bike tour is a phenomenal one that I know started with you, and I tell you, it's great, and we have a lot in the city, as you know, to offer in terms of sites and locations, and the bike tour is just a great way to showcase our city.
Now, how are the hills at Jersey Gardens? I understand, is that the toughest part of the ride?
The hills at Jersey Gardens is the toughest part of the ride. First of all, you just started. I think your muscles aren't acclimated to really do some real strength, and it's a very steep hill going up Jersey Gardens Boulevard there. But I think as the race goes on, the other hills, even though they might be more steep, they don't feel as bad.
Like McGee Avenue.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as bad.
Now you got to do that bridge twice, right? Going over and then you come back, so you get the same. Do you go all the way around Jersey Gardens Mall?
Yeah, we take the automobile lanes all the way around the Jersey Gardens Mall behind the theater.
Okay.
And then we come back out and come back towards Trumbull Street.
And then head up Trumbull Street towards the business district.
Towards Division Street, and then up. I guess it's up. Up Broad Street, I guess.
Okay. Portugal Day festivities have been going on a long time, Elizabeth, and it's been a long tradition. You've probably been involved since the beginning, even as a little boy, correct?
I marched in the first Portugal Day parade back in the 70s. I held the banner, if I remember correctly. And this is our 36th year.
36th year of celebrating Portugal Day.
Yeah.
That's terrific. And you've been part of them.
I've been part of all. I'm now 43, so I was 7 years old the first one.
First time you walked with the banner. The route was similar up Elizabeth Avenue?
No, back then the route was a little different. I think we actually went up Broad Street for my recollection, and we ended up doing a lot of the ceremonies in front of City Hall at the end of the parade, because I remember being very bored. Now, obviously, it means different. And I try to get my kids involved in all of it also, and they may be bored too. But when they get to my age or they get older.
Well, you're being really honest. I mean, because
of
course, the young kids are like, why do we got to go through this?
Right.
But it's important to keep the culture going as well.
I agree.
We don't have a program though in front of the bandstand except for the acts, and then we moved the program to the Portuguese Club.
Correct.
And it works a lot better that way.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, more people are there.